Hey, what's up guys? Ron Peruti here from Techno Buffalo, and I hope you guys have kept up with our Lake Arrowhead video series where we did a camera comparison between the S7 Edge and iPhone 6s camera tests. We did a review of the Razer Blade Stealth, and now I have for you a review of the Chevy Volt. Let's go ahead and get started. First, looking at the exterior, this is where Chevy has done a great job in my opinion. I think this car looks great. It's clean, it's modern, it's simple, nothing too crazy, definitely nothing to laugh at. I gotta say, it looks a lot better than a lot of other hybrid slash EVs out there. Yes, I'm looking at you, Prius. Chevy's clean and simple, but functional design continues on the interior. Now, last gen, the car could have been said to be much more sci-fi and looking more like a spaceship. Now, it looks like a regular car, which I think is a compliment. I think EVs and electric cars for a long time have tried to be so techy that they alienate the average buyer, and I think Chevy has really solved that here. The interior is a very comforting, nice place to be. A couple of plastics here and there, but nothing is a deal breaker. I will say the only poorly designed part of the interior is the wireless charging bay. This is a really cool piece of tech that Chevy included where you can slide your phone into the center console and wirelessly charge it. That being said, once you put your phone in, you can't actually close the center console lid, so I don't know what they were thinking. But outside of that, the buttons feel great and everything inside is swell and dandy. And speaking of tech, this is probably the best point for the Chevy Volt. It comes packed to the brims with tech, a lot of it being standard. It comes with a backup camera, Chevy's MyLink system, which is great, Android Auto and CarPlay. It all works fantastically. I was using a Note 5 at the time of this filming, and so it synced up perfectly fine. I could skip songs, make calls, it downloaded all my contacts, no hiccups or hitches in the system. It also has blind spot detection, which I'm personally not that big of a fan of as a feature as a whole, but it works well here and it works as it's supposed to. The car also comes with a built-in hotspot. However, the feature to crown all these features is the self-parking. And I'm very sad to say that it doesn't work that well. For those of you who are parking challenged, yes, it's a great feature to lean on and eventually it'll get you into the spot. But the car just takes a lot of time to figure out where the open spot is, and it'll only work in parallel situations if there's a lot of space between the two cars. As per perpendicular parking, it doesn't really know where the lines are, and it sort of always puts you on the line rather than in between both of them. If you feel confident in your abilities to park, you're not going to end up using this on a regular basis. Aside from all the regular tech, what makes the Volt really unique is the drivetrain. It is partial EV and has a motor as backup. On pure EV on one charge, Chevy says it'll go 53 miles. In my usage, it always was going above that. I got 55 to 60 miles per charge. That was fantastic. On one full charge and one full tank of gas, you can go about 420 miles, so range anxiety should not be a problem at all. The downside of this drivetrain is performance. Despite how stealthy and cool the Volt may look, I don't want anybody to be fooled for 1 second. This is not a sports car at all. It does have some pep from 0 to 30, as almost all electric cars do, and it has enough power to sort of get you going on the freeway and get you passing people and overtaking. That won't be an issue. That being said, driving around the car feels like a sofa. It is super comfortable, but it leans like 10 feet left and 10 feet right. The low resistance tires, while are great for eco-friendliness, give you almost no confidence in the handling of this car, and the brakes feel incredibly mushy. Of course, that's down to the regen braking. So my effort isn't just to explain what this car is and what it is not. It is a very good hybrid. It's a great way for people to dive into EV, and people with short commutes will only be using it as an EV car. It is not, however, sporty in any way, shape, or form, and it is also not a great family car because there's almost no rear headroom, and that back middle seat is pretty much unusable because the center console goes right through it. I don't want anyone to think for 1 minute that I'm bashing this car though. I think it's awesome for what it is, and I think it comes in at a great price, especially when you add in those tax incentives. My favorite thing about the Volt is that it doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It knows exactly what it is and does that well. The only place I didn't see this was at charging stations or when you're charging through a regular 120 wall outlet. If you get the 240 installed, you'll get to a full charge in about 4 to 5 hours. However, if you're going out of a regular wall outlet, it'll take you up to 13 hours, so it's very unpractical. But of course, you have gas as backup, so that's not really an issue. Let me know what you guys think of the Chevy Volt and of this review. I'm very curious to hear. I really like the car overall. I had some minor complaints about it, but if I was in the market, I would not hesitate at all before picking this car up. Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.